Hey everybody, welcome back. This is the Colin O'Reilly Show. This week I am so excited. I have on an awesome guest, JDannii. She is a stand-up comic tearing up the LA comedy scene. I've done a couple of open mics with her. I've learned so much. I'm so excited to have her on the show. We could talk about comedy and UFOs and my cat. Welcome. Hello.
Hello, thank you for having me. I'm so excited to be here. Hi, everybody. I hope you guys really get a show out of us today.
Yeah, I'm gonna look like such a weirdo just reading the intro here. I'm used to doing it just audio version. I'm just like, I'm gonna have to get a teleprompter. Hello, kitty. And now
I've been
you,
thinking about that.
yeah, they make like iPhone apps now or for your iPad where it'll like sync up, I see, and I see the kids on TikTok do it.
I don't have a TikTok yet, so I'm not that
Oh,
hip or groovy.
you got to get a TikTok. It's so comedian friendly. I'll post something on Instagram, it'll get whatever, 5, 10 likes. On TikTok, they'll sometimes get 1 or 200. It
Oh,
just,
wow.
yeah, people I don't know, just 12-year-olds. I'm like the Adam Sandler. I have like just hit, and half of my Instagram followers are just robots or like Bitcoin, whatever, bikini lady. But on TikTok, and it's the same, but I have 10,000. And that
Oh,
was within 6 months. It's so easy. You can see why the government wants to ban it. Yeah.
well, you see, yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, I don't know if I'm safe or should I
Yeah,
should I
exactly.
get
It'll be
one?
gone. Yeah. I think Facebook and Instagram didn't want the competition, and now Congress just voted a couple of days ago on banning it.
Yeah,
Taking
this
us,
week.
yeah, that's crazy to me.
No, it is. It's been all on world news now. I watch that in the morning and stuff like that. So yeah, first thing in the morning, that's what you hear. TikTok ban, TikTok
Yeah.
ban.
It's because I think they had the best UFO videos. They had such good ones. They still do, hopefully, until the government picks them
That's
up.
what they're saying. Yeah, that they exposing them and they call it fake news and stuff. I'm like,
Yeah,
that stuff too real.
exactly. Now, you said you're here in LA like me right now during this giant windstorm. Are you from Los Angeles originally?
I'm from Detroit, so I'm from the
Nice.
313. I've been
Okay.
out here though like 9 years now, so
Okay.
pretty
So you're like a
awesome.
regular. All I know about Detroit is RoboCop. And I think that's where Jimmy Hoffa got killed, right? Isn't that where he did
And
something?
Martin Lawrence Shaw was shot in Detroit, and
Oh, I didn't
yeah,
know that.
yeah, we the Motor City. Always think about music. You can't think about
That's
nothing else. Think
cool.
about music.
Eminem, I guess he's from
Thank
there.
you, Emmett. Right, Detroit is popping. It's where it's
Yeah.
at.
I used to be a manager and producer for screenwriters for movies and TV. I was terrible at it, but the last movie thingy I got financing for shot in Detroit. This was like 10 years ago, and they had a 40% tax rebate. It was amazing. So you would just
See,
automatically get 40% back of the rebate. And we were the last one because there were like Republicans coming into, yeah, I don't know how a mayor, whatever guy, Republican became mayor of Detroit. But he cut it off. I was like, that's so lame. But
ain't
okay.
it so lame? So, but I think our governor's good. Governor Gretchen. I think she's
Yeah,
really
she
good
seems
for the state.
nice. Anyone Republicans don't like, I assume, is really awesome and a saint.
Right. They want the truth and they care about human rights. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. We shouldn't talk too much about politics or I'm gonna get assassinated.
No,
We
that's
will
so
though.
serious.
Yeah, yeah.
No,
No,
I'm
well, at
a
least,
caregiver.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty
And
good.
so that's one of the things that you're not supposed to talk to your clients about politics. And some kind of way, I always get dragged into it. So I actually took care of a Jewish woman, and she sucked me right into it. I just, because well, I know we on podcast, but some people are, are wealthy and they try to act like they're not. And then they want to kind of fit in. I'm like, well, no, I'm actually one of those people who need government assistance, like healthcare and stuff like that. So please do not compare us. And I think we're going
Yeah.
to get downhill from there.
Oh, I get Medi-Cal, yeah, government health insurance. It's great. It's the best thing
It
of all
really
time.
is.
I don't understand why everything's so. I mean, Republicans are crazy and love money and evil things. But I'm like, if you're a football coach and you had a football team, you'd be like, I want everyone to be healthy, and win the game. And if somebody got hurt and you like helped their ankle, you wouldn't be like socialist. This is socialist football. And I just think like Americans, we're all like on the same team. Like doesn't I don't understand why the coaches are just I don't know. It doesn't make any sense.
Not at all. Not at all.
I'd be a great president. You'd be a great president. Yeah, we could run together.
I hear that a lot, but I don't
If you
think.
yeah,
No, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, have you ever thought about doing politics? Or-
I have, but then I noticed like you can't be responsible for how people receive your message. So I just stay away from it.
Yeah, yeah. People get really worked up. They get very angry. They That's what's great about UFOs. I think it affects everybody and it doesn't get people riled up. Maybe religious people freaked out a little bit. They're like, but
Yeah,
my eyes
yeah.
look. I just want to say also, I keep cutting you off, but my eyes look terrible because I was riding my motorcycle in the wind out there and they were filled with dust. They look so red and terrible. I
I
might put on
can't tell.
sunglasses if I go like
Oh,
this.
dude, because you look pretty cool. So do you have like a little cartoon character, like a little avatar or anything?
I have an avatar, like, do you mean like on the internet, like Xbox or
Yeah. Uh-huh.
internet? Yeah, I try because of my hair and how they just always look terrible. There's no like I look like an alien or there's no middle-aged schlubby guy cool avatar yet. There's no Costanza avatar. There's yeah. How about you? Are you into that stuff? Do you play games online? Do you Xbox or PlayStation or
Uh, I like it. Yeah, I like it, but am I like a gamer? Absolutely not. I
you don't
can
play?
probably watch. I play Call of Duty. Yeah, that's about all.
Nice. I played Call of Duty so much, I think I got PTSD from it.
Yeah, no, I really did. So that's what I don't really want to say I really play that either because it still gives me PTSD. I still die and feel bad, like I die in real life.
Yeah, exactly. It's too realistic. They're like, it's so hyper realistic, and then it's just like Iraq and kids are starving on my PlayStation 5. Yeah, I'm like, this is sad. I like Candy Crush, and I read today Candy Crush makes 20 billion a year. It's the most profitable video game. It makes more in 1 year than Call of Duty makes in a decade. Call of Duty makes a
Wow.
lot of money. Yeah.
No, I am addicted to games like that. A Farm Hero Saga, Candy
Yes.
Crush.
Yes.
I'm playing that King's Match now.
Mhm.
That's something new that they put out, and yeah,
I do Uber Eats on my motorcycle. I'm sorry being so rude drinking this. I'm used to again doing audio.
no, but and this is just tea and lemonade. Unfortunately,
Nice.
I didn't have any
Sure.
booze.
It's not just straight vodka. This is ayahuasca. This is DMT. I'm just drinking. I paid $5 for this tiny Starbucks drink. This is half my day's work.
They are so expensive. I like the
They
iced
are.
coffees in the glass thing.
Yeah.
I almost got addicted, but I'm like, that's too expensive. I can't afford them.
I think someone needs to make like a Walmart or McDonald's version of Starbucks. Like there's
Now
no real,
McDonald's for sure.
yeah. Because McDonald's just has, I think, coffee and then they just have like the weird frozen whatever.
What you call them frappes?
Frappes, yeah.
The caramel
I've
frappe.
actually never tried it. Oh, my earbud fell out.
It's pretty cool. You should try one.
Yeah. I love
Yeah, they're good.
McDonald's.
Who doesn't? I'm trying to get away from it though because number one, they too expensive right now. Hash browns are $4. The hell?
Yeah. And I'm tiny, but I'm like huge. I'm like a mini pony. I can eat like 100 pounds of food a day. And I can eat a lot. I always try to buy there a double quarter pounder, and that's just like 10 or
Mm.
$12 on its own. And I'm like, I could eat two, but I'm poor. It's probably good. I would have a heart attack. I would be.
Yeah, but also, do you have the app? Are you a lower app?
I
That
live
that
on, yeah. And then I
that has
score the
changed me.
points, and I'm like, at least I'm rich somewhere. I got some McMoney.
You get some free food. I love it every
Yeah.
time. Yes,
I
sir.
get
Yes.
10,000 points. I can get a free hash brown. Maybe. Then I live in Venice, so I love them, and everyone I feel terrible for them, but it's like the zombie apocalypse. It is just filled with hobos and the RVs around it, like The Walking Dead. The
Isn't that sad how they just took over LA?
it
Like I said, when
did.
I moved out here in 2015, they were still kind of like on the Skid Row area. They haven't
Mhm.
really branched out. And then I just like watched it kind of just like get bigger.
Yeah. I'm from
You know?
Portland, Oregon, and it's the worst ever up there, like in the world. It's cool. It's terrible. Yeah.
But is it expensive to live in Portland?
It is now, well, now I think it's getting normal. During COVID, it spiked like crazy because everyone from California moved there. Oregon is pretty empty. Like it just hit 4 million population for the whole state right before COVID hit. So it was like sleepy, empty. I had moved back there and was living in an apartment. I was paying $600 and it
For a
was just
one bedroom, yeah.
yeah, yeah. And I was chilling in the suburbs, worked at the Apple store. I would just skateboard to work and yeah, yeah, it was the best thing ever. And then I would like do Uber driving, whatever. And then COVID hit and it just became like The Walking Dead again overnight. And it was so bad. It still is. And they tried, I felt bad because like the government, I think they didn't know what to do. So they like passed a law like that decriminalized hard drugs or whatever. Um,
Yeah.
so it's just heroin, I think, and fentanyl, and just people, it was just dying everywhere. Um, yeah, it's terrible. I don't know what I kept thinking of maybe moving back there and like running for mayor because it's such like a
That's
whatever.
interesting. That's very
Yeah,
interesting.
but I'm poor and old, and yeah, I don't know. I'd have to...
Ain't that when you're supposed to do it?
Yeah, exactly.
Isn't that
So
most of our politicians?
it's the worst. And right now, most people don't realize I mentioned it on my show before to the 8 people who listen. The mayor of Portland is a Republican.
See,
Yeah, and
didn't
it's
you
a
know
really
that?
liberal town. Yeah, most people don't. Even if you ask people that live there, they're like, I don't have any idea. He's just like
Wow.
undercover. He's like, yeah, he's terrible. He's
But
awful.
somebody has to do the job, you know?
Yeah, I thought I could like clean it up. I'd be like the JFK, the whoever of
No, I love it. Or do a skit
Portland.
or something about it, you know, get some awareness for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah, the election there is coming up. I wouldn't be able to hit this one. I don't think. I think it might be this November. Yeah, it's this November. And I think it's a I don't know if it's 2 year or 4 year term. I'm a huge politics nerd.
True.
I love politics, but Portland politics is crazy. Sometimes go on YouTube and type in like Portland City Council. They have like anarchists there, which I don't even really know what that means. Something punk rock, but they'll go to city council meetings. My cat's attacking me, and they'll stand up and they'll be wearing like all black, and they'll just scream their question. They'll be like, "I hate the government. When are you picking up the trash?" Blah blah. It's like a Saturday Night Live sketch. And the people are always just like, and the whole room is filled. And Portland is very diverse, so it's cool. But there's a lot of that where like
But I
Antifa,
love it.
yeah.
The
But I don't
idea
know
that you just said.
I don't know if I could handle it. I don't know if I would just get fired. I'd like, after it'd be like customer service on steroids, like,
No, but I totally love the idea of doing a skit on that, like just going online and finding something, and it brings a lot of awareness, and that could start a change. It could really spark something. I love it.
that's
Plus, I've
true.
been looking for material. That's the thing about content and skits and stuff. It's the material. And so I was trying to do stuff out of my head because for some odd reason in my head I have all these cartoons and skits and movies, and I'm like, you don't know how hard you try to put it on paper or you try to sketch it out or something. That's when it becomes all messy. So I'd
You're a
rather just
write, so you write too. Like you want to be like a screenwriter.
I could see it in the future. I could see it in the future.
Nice.
You
I
know.
always would tell writers, you should read a book or download a book. I think it's free now called Save the Cat, and they just have like a beat sheet for screenplays, and it'll be like page 1 through 3 should be this, 7 through 8 should be this, or whatever.
Oh, send the link. I would love to check that out.
Yeah, I used that for years. I would have it like taped to my wall. It's the greatest
Nice.
thing of all time. You've been here for 9 years. Have you been doing stand up since you moved here? Is that why you're here when you were growing up as a kid? Did you want to be?
Well, I knew California has always called my name, so I knew I was meant to be here. Um, then I saw a couple movies like loving basketball and stuff, and like, oh,
Yeah.
UCLA. But I have parents who just was like, oh no, it's too far. You can't go out there. We can't get to you. And so I kind of went more south. I started off like in Florida, Alabama. I've been
Nice.
all over. And I just came out here in 2015 with no direction, but I knew that I was going to do something. I just couldn't figure it out. See, I'm one of those people, I can't figure it out in my head. I must do it and see it, and then I
Yeah.
could grow with it. And that's what happened out here.
Nice. You're like, you just started going to open mics and rocking it out.
Hmm.
That's cool. You're so brave. This is the scariest thing I ever done. It feels like bungee jumping. Yeah. Now I'm dead inside and I don't get as nervous. But first.
I think once like see me, I always had like this glamorous idea of California. I'm like, this is where rich people live. This is where you come, you want money, and then you
Yeah.
get here, you're like, whoa. Like when I got here, and like I said, I had no direction, nowhere to go. Maybe $5,
Yeah.
and
Oh,
somebody told me call 211, and so I called them and I figured it out. And I got on the bus, and of course, they take you through Beverly Hills, and I'm thinking like I hit the lottery or something. And they dropped me off on Skid Row, and I'm like, whoa, whoa, this is not California.
oh,
Like I think he dropped me off in Compton.
yeah. Oh. Skid Row is scary. That's yeah.
I can't believe I survived it. If you asked me today what I did, I had no idea. I just knew that I had a purpose and a mission, and I didn't want to be there long. So I figured it out. And some nuns, believe it or not, from the Good Shepherd, uh, actually, took me in. So I was like, oh wow,
Nice. Good old nuns. Nuns are awesome.
yeah.
I
So
always
it was
wanted to
cool.
make a TV show about nun assassins. I think there's one now, but I still am terrible at putting these on. I went to Catholic school from kindergarten through college. Yeah, so I
How was
see nuns
that?
in my sleep. It was just happenstance. It was just I didn't really try. It was just I grew up in like Tigard, Oregon, and it was just a small school called St. Anthony's, and it was just like nuns. Um, and that was like K through 12. But I went to well, I should say I went to public high school, and then I went to Loyola College here, and that was like Catholic. I didn't realize at the time it was, I didn't even know. I was so dumb. I got there. I was like, why are all these priests here? They were just like, it's a Catholic college. Like, oh, okay.
It, Isn't that crazy how life puts you in those situations? Like it's like it's supposed to be common sense or it's supposed to be obvious, but it's like it don't really click in. It just like clicks in.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It was funny because I came here to visit. I was going to Portland State, which was just like a normal school, whatever. And I came here to visit my buddy who I grew up with in Oregon. He was going to Loyola. He was like a straight A high school student, whatever. And I was like, LA's so nice. I want to live here. And he was like, well, on the way to the airport, we'll go pick up like an application from Loyola Marymount. I'm like, I'm not going to get into Loyola. I'm poor. And my grades are pretty good at Portland State, but they're not whatever. And he's like, well, let's just try it. I was like, okay. And he's like, you can see it. And so we were like running late to the airport and I just run into this building and I knock over this poor old guy and I felt so bad. I'm like helping him up. I'm like, I'm so sorry, blah, blah. He's like, why are you in such a hurry? And I was like, oh, yada, yada. And I tell him, and he was literally like, I'm the president of the university. And he was super nice to me and kept in touch with me. Yeah, they let me in. I was like, that was such a random,
See,
but I was
when it's
super,
your calling, it's your calling.
I guess, but I was double dumb because I didn't realize that still it was a Catholic, whatever. I'm not smart. Yeah, I should go to church again.
Yeah, okay. No, I
Or
feel the
temple.
same way. I feel the
Uh,
same way.
yeah.
I should go to church again. I am. I am. I am.
I was
It's
gonna
been a
convert
while.
to I was gonna convert to Judaism. It's so hard and you have to do so much memorization and yeah. I'm kind of waiting for that Neuralink thing that I always make fun of
Oh,
that Elon Musk, that racist guy from Twitter. You can put it in your brain and then I can just like download stuff. It'll be easier for me to.
oh my goodness. Total
Yeah.
recall.
It's gonna be total recall. I've read so much of the scientific literature of it. They just put it in the first human. I believe it's a female, a woman, and I think she's still alive, so that's good. Um,
But don't
but
you
it'll
think that's
be
scary? That's kind of scary.
it's gonna be insane. You'll be able to talk silently with other people that have it.
Oh no. See,
Yeah.
uh,
You'll be able
that's
to.
what is it? Demolition Man. That's what that reminds me of. See, stuff like that. I cannot.
That's a
I
great
like
film.
humans.
Yeah. Oh, it's coming for sure. Yeah. And I just saw there's like a on the internet they figured out how to wirelessly charge contact lenses. You can wear them and then they'll look like Apple Vision or whatever.
Yes, yeah, like Batman, like the new Batman. Yes,
That
yes.
was awesome. Yeah, I forgot about that.
I must have watched that like 20 times. So yeah.
Oh, that's so cool. That's so cool. Yeah, they're making the sequel. I think is coming out in 2025, which is only next year. Yeah.
Very excited, very excited. He actually did very good. I mean,
I
I didn't
was
expect that
surprised.
out of him.
Yeah.
I
Both. I
mean,
thought I made fun of, I was always like super skeptical of Ben Affleck when they
mm,
cast him. I was like, that's going to be terrible. And then he was good. And then the Twilight kid, Robert Patterson, whatever his name was. Yeah.
like you said, that's exactly like the Twilight kid. That's all I kept seeing, like this little pale vampire, bony and lifeless. Like, there's no way he can. And he did it. I was like, awesome. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. He's in the Cool Kid book now. Now he'll be,
He definitely should be.
unless he screws up
Definitely.
the next one. That's what's tough with Batman. I think they always start so good and then it's like they just slowly go off the rails. It just slowly gets more ridiculous because it's like, whatever, it's Batman.
We all seen The Dark Knight, so we know. Yeah. The
Yeah.
first one, Batman, will Ron Rule or you know.
Yeah, well, there's the 90s was like Keaton, and then it slowly became with like Arnold Schwarzenegger was like the ice guy. That was pretty terrible. Or Clooney. I guess that was a different iteration.
No, let me see. Who did I watch the other night? Because I actually watched the Batman, and I'm trying to
Yeah.
think who was it.
Was it Val Kilmer? There's been so many.
No, not that one. The one before that one.
Hmm.
Don't you hate me? My brain scrambles like that sometimes. Like, it's so
Yeah.
terrible. Like I just want, like, I need to get more comfortable with podcasting and being out there.
No, I feel
And
bad. I keep talking over you. I'm so amped on. I drank. This is my McDonald's soda. Pretty much gone, and that was a refill in this. I'll be wired. I had a show last night, a coffee shop in Pasadena, and I rode my motorcycle there, which I've been doing Uber Eats on, so I was so tired. It took like 2 hours. It was great. It was beautiful. I took just the back roads, but my body just felt like a noodle, like when you're a kid and you go swimming and you're just like, I just want to go to sleep. Yeah, this morning I woke up, I just was like, I'm 1,000 years old. So I've just been like
but
shotgunning
how was the
coffee.
show?
It went amazing. It was so cool. Playing wine bars is my new favorite thing ever. I played another, it was like maybe a craft beer slash wine bar like a month ago, and it was the same way. Everyone's just like kind of drunk and drinking. And so it makes it so much easier. It's like bowling with those inflatable things in the lane. You're just like, I'm amazing. Like everything I said, they're just like, yay. And afterwards, the owner lady came up and she like grabbed my arm. She was just like, you're amazing. You're hysterical. And hilarious. I was like, thank you, whatever. I'm not that good. She's like, no, you are. And I was just
You
like,
are.
wine,
No, you
but
are.
also wine makes everyone, it's like the perfect alcohol comedy mixture. You're just like, yay. Um, yeah, I
I'm gonna
love
keep
it.
that in mind.
Yeah, do it. That's now I'm like going on the internet. I'm just like wine bars. I put on a thread last night. I've always wanted to visit the East Coast. Like I was born in New York, but yeah, I moved when I was like 2, 3 years old, so I don't like remember it. But I've always wanted to visit like Boston, DC, and now that COVID's over, I was gonna before just for fun, but now that it's over, try to find little places I could do like a set there and then just stay in an Airbnb because those are so cheap. You can stay in like a dive for like 30 bucks a night.
Mm. So do you see yourself going on tour soon?
That's I would just do only like 3 or 4. I don't have I'm not good enough. Or have I
I don't
think
know why you
the
keep saying it. I'm telling you,
want.
like, it's
No, I have
great.
my five's okay, but outside of that, like you're like a natural. Some people on stage, I'm still like a little kid sometimes who's so like excited or they're telling a story like and then like not really like yeah, but I'm old, like I'm just doing it as like just gonna glide into the retirement home, and then that'll be I'll be in charge of the TV and I'll tell jokes and
But see, that's why I'm trying to figure out how to get rich. So maybe I could at least die in a condo. It don't have to be a mansion, but a nice two-bedroom condo somewhere in Century City.
yeah,
Wake up one day and just call it quits. Like, ah.
yes. I
yeah, because
wonder now how you, yeah. Oh, sorry, what you saying?
mm-mm.
I was gonna, I wonder how you make money now in comedy. I wonder, like, it just Netflix special. That's,
Yeah, staying consistent, that's for sure. I'm learning that the hard way. They really want you at these mics and open mics, but it's getting pricey. So a couple of them I had to let down, and I had to just let them know, like, even though you say free, it's a 2 drink minimum, and then you wanted to tip the bar, and I smoke marijuana, so I gotta have my little,
yeah, me too.
stuff to come with. Exactly. So it's like, hey, this is not cheap. And then you want to look nice. So I think I only really went and bought one new outfit for one show, and that was with Carol, the world's best laugh, and that was at Jalapeno Peach. That's the
Nice.
only
That's
time
like,
I got my hair done and actually
oh,
got a new outfit and had my nails
yeah.
done and did a show. And it was so expensive. I was like, I'm not doing it again because you guys
It's
don't
so
pay.
expensive. I got email, like when there was that giant rainstorm a couple of weeks ago, when it was like flood, don't go outside. And I got an email, Flappers was like, do you want to come perform like this little show? And I was like, sure, I'll do it, blah, blah, blah. And I had to like take an Uber ride. It cost like $150.
Do you?
Yeah, because I drive a motorcycle. I was like, I would die if, but I was like, I gotta get there. This is like, whatever. Um,
Opportunity, like you said, like flappers, like come on now, those
yeah.
comedy clubs you make a little more
Well,
sacrifice
and
for.
I thought it like went great, whatever. And I was just, there was like one person, two people in the audience, it's just like the end of the world. But then it was like great, whatever. Like, I could say this because no one will watch it from there. But like a week or two later, I emailed and I was like, "Hey, I'm available. Like, if you ever want me to come back," and they just sent me a blank audition form. And then I was just like, "Oh, okay, I'm just checking in because I did like perform there before." And then they just resent the blank audition form. I was just like, "Oh, comedy is sad and expensive."
It was very expensive. I did black jokes in North Hollywood.
Yeah.
That Uber ride was expensive. Yeah. And that's one of those places where I thought that they at least give you food and drinks if you was a comic. This is what I thought. You get a meal ticket. I
Yeah.
heard it. And no, you still have to pay to give you like 30% off. I was like, oh,
Oh,
wow. But then you try to think about it, like, oh, okay, I guess you're a club,
yeah.
and
That's why I love the wine bars. There's no pressure. No one cares if you can bring anybody. There's no tickets. Like last night was probably the most people I'd ever done a thing in front of. I took a comedy class at Santa Monica Community College and we did like a grad show at the Improv. And they had a lot of people. It wasn't like the improv, it was like rented out, whatever. Um, but it was like at this wine bar last night was like about that same amount of people. It was like 30, 40 people. I was
oh
like, this
wow.
is awesome. No pressure. I don't have to, sell anything or care about the whatever.
And I
Well,
think maybe that's your niche. See, I think you found your home. I
it
think
was
that's
so
the thing.
fancy. Yeah. Sorry, I keep cutting you off. I'm a terrible host.
Yes, I'm telling you, this is really cool. I can't wait till you download this. I can send it to my family and friends, and
Oh,
yeah,
they're
they
gonna hate
need
it. They're gonna be like, this guy talks so much. I just keep talking
yeah,
over you.
right. Yeah, right. You just got to keep throwing the jokes out there.
Yeah.
That's what I'm learning. Yeah.
I hope my apartment looks clean back here. You can see some of the Christmas lights burned out. Oh no, they
How
have a
long have you
small
had
joke
them up
here.
there?
2 years. I cycle them out. I'm a bachelor. I don't know. It's tiny. It's like a phone booth. I live in Venice. I don't have a kitchen, but I have a refrigerator in my closet over here.
Me
Uh,
too. So I don't think I was supposed
nice.
to say that on a camera.
Oh yeah, I don't know. Your place looks nice, but I only pay like $1,000 a month. It's and I can walk to the ocean. I might get stabbed. There's a lot of meth heads
Yeah,
out there, but
no. I'm back on the bus. Like my transmission went out maybe like 3 weeks ago. And
oh,
so I'm back on the bus, and that's how it really feels. And so, my partner always say, hey, I'm going to give you my pocket knife. You got to protect yourself at night on the bus getting
oh,
to work. Yeah. He
you
actually
should.
bought me a,
He bought you a knife.
yeah, he actually bought me a knife a couple of years ago.
Oh,
Um, yeah, but I'm a girl, so I think I misplaced it. It's not lost, okay, because he thinks it's lost, but it's not lost, I promise. and I'm attesting this to the world. It's just like in a bag that's inside of a bag that's inside of a bag that's somewhere in my car trunk. But I know I still have it.
That if I was a girl nowadays, I would just walk around carrying a machine gun. Like they see those crazy Republicans on TV, like they're just like, I want to carry my gun everywhere. If I was a woman, I would just paint it like pink and just have an M16 strapped across my chest at all times.
No, that's the future. I'm telling you, it's coming.
That's the future.
So I'm gonna start off with like mace, then move up to a taser, and then I can work on my aim and stuff. But I'm definitely gonna get a gun. I watch a lot of Charles Bronson and
Oh
a
yeah.
lot of Dirty Harry. So I kind
Yeah.
of pretty have my two weapons that I want. So
Yeah.
they're gonna be big ones.
Death Wish, Charles Bronson. Those were great films.
I watched every last one of them. Every last one of them on Tubi. Believe it or not, I watched them on Tubi. They were so good.
That's
Yeah.
cool. That's good to know. Well, I was an assistant 1,000 years ago at Warner Brothers for like this
Oh,
producer, and we. Oh, that's that was from my show last night. Texting me, make sure I got home okay. I'm like, yeah, there's a
oh, nice.
weird bing. Oh, but where I just answered phones or whatever, and under the desks, me and this other assistant found like a door, and we opened it, and it would like had like a ladder that went down in this long concrete hallway and bullet casings. It was an old shooting range, Clint Eastwood's. And he would just go,
Oh,
and it was just people, I guess, forgot about it, whatever, built an office over it. And he would just pull it up and go down there and blam, blam, blam. Yeah, I was like, that's crazy.
that is a jewel. Like that is treasure. Like now that's a hidden treasure. If I was to write a movie, that probably would be an Easter egg. You know what I mean? Like that is so cool. Like how many people can really say that? Like, we
Yeah.
found his little gun range under our desk. Like wow.
He's still going. He's like 105 years old and still making movies.
Okay. Yeah.
He's been making
Yeah.
them since like the 50s. I have to bring these up because I'm almost forgetting here. And it's half of the whole point of my podcast. And I always forget to mention it. UFOs, the paranormal, it's been in the news. I follow it super closely, obviously, because I'm a nerd. You can see my apartment back here. I look like a crazy person. Have you followed it at all? Have you been
No, after the
UFOs?
Area 51 storm, and them people really had me hyped. Like I'm like, oh, they buried me. I'm like, oh, go, and then nothing. It was a big party.
Yeah,
I'm like, what a prank. So I think I gave up on UFOs, but I do like Men in Black. I do like
nice.
believe it or not, I turned into an Alien fan. The movies,
Oh
yeah,
yeah. Sigourney
yeah,
Weaver. Those are great. Those are
yeah,
terrifying. Those are so scary. Yeah.
yeah. See, yeah.
Every time I
So,
eat Taco Bell, I'm waiting for something to like pop out of my chest.
dude, okay, do you hear me? And today
Is
is
that
Pi
heartburn
Day.
or is that an alien? Is that
But you can get a Mexican pizza today for like $3.14 because it's National Pie Day. Or
oh
you get
I
a buy one, get one free pizza.
whoa, whoa, looking at the date here. That's awesome. Pi is my favorite number.
Oh wow.
Ever since
So
I was a kid,
314.
yeah, I would just memorize it and see how far I can memorize it. If you will, I read some cool statistic that I'm such a nerd. If you only use pi to like the 40th digit, you could calculate for sizes like the size of the observable universe. It just gets
So
so
you like a
massive.
genius? Like, are you saying like you like a Catholic genius? Like,
I
well,
am
I'm a
not a
Catholic.
genius, just a nerd. I can always memorize numbers and I sound like such a weirdo, yeah. When I was a kid, yeah, I'd always just remember numbers forever. Or when do math, I could do it like real. You could see how many multiplication problems you could do like in a minute, and I could do like 100. I could do like more than one a second, yeah. It was like Rain
Uh,
Man without all the social skills. So it'd be like
okay, okay, so you have a skill because I can't do that at all.
you're normal. It's just called being normal. Yeah, that's it's a normal person. Now I'm
I
bad. Now I'm
wish.
old. I'm at like the store at McDonald's using Siri. What is 2 plus 7 or whatever?
Especially when it comes to them taxes. Like, let's say, like you said, you already paying $12 for your burger, right? But then when you like finish, it's like $15, and you're like, well, what is the math on this? Like, I
What I
calculate so
loved,
much.
yeah. Oregon has no sales tax. California, I hate them. Does Michigan? Does Detroit?
So I think it's like 6%, 7%. Not high at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty decent to live in Michigan. But I'm noticing that their prices are going up, but I think that's the California effect, because like I said, people are migrating out of California, and because they're used to paying high rent, if they go somewhere else and see an apartment for 1,100
Yeah.
versus that apartment to sell for, like you said, 800, they're going to give it to the $1,100 person first. So
Exactly. That's what happened in Portland. Yeah, I think that $600 apartment now is probably 12 or
12.
14. LA is a little bit cheaper than Portland, although I just looked, um, Portland is now though getting a little cheaper, like in downtown Portland, which is just sad and terrible though. But now you can get like a studio for like 850 or a one bedroom for 900.
That's pretty cool. That's what I started paying out here. I didn't know what I had, like I said, because I'm from Michigan and down south. What I was paying out here for a studio, I could have got an apartment for half of that, especially in Florida and
Oh,
Alabama. So I kind of lost the jewel. I had a nice apartment in Echo Park,
yeah.
gated. It had parking. Isn't that like a
Cool.
plus out here in California parking?
Yeah,
And it was only 850. And then yeah,
that's good. Sorry, as I swallow. Have you ever seen a UFO?
no, I
That's
went.
just
What
random.
after I seen Will Smith, Independence Day, I don't think I ever want to really see one up close. Maybe before I saw that, I said okay, but after that, because what if they're not friendly? We just assume that they're friendly and they're just gonna, and then I don't want to get nuked, so no, I do not want to see one.
It's scary. It would be scary, you know. I can't imagine really seeing one. Yeah.
Not scary, just unknown. I don't think I would be scared. I think I would be, like I said, just unsure. And then you got to process the whole what it looks like, and,
Yeah.
what does it do? Like if I touch you, do you turn me acid, or are you gonna bite my head off?
That's awesome.
So I don't
I would
know.
panic. I would get panicky. I would freak out. I would run away. I love aliens and I would still probably run away.
You know what? I'm actually a freezer, and I hate that about myself now because
Oh,
I freeze first and then react when I need to react and never freeze. But I found myself looking stuff like, is this really happening? Like, is it really
yeah.
happening? So I'm
But
scared to see myself in a scary movie too
yeah.
because of that. Like, I want to be the girl who dies to see froze. I want to
Yeah.
get away.
Do you know that comedian Mitch Hedberg? Is that I might even be saying his name wrong. You might be too young. He's like he passed away, I think, years ago. He's famous for saying one-liners or whatever, and he's an old stand-up comic, and he had this one joke that was like, my friend called and said, like, my car won't start. And then he was like, I was like, are you in a horror movie? Is someone chasing you? Is that like I was like, that's such a funny joke because that's always like
See,
the
because I'm telling you, horror movies. I don't think I ever want to play a role in a horror movie because I really am scary. So
oh, I
they'll
can't
get me
watch
all the
him.
time.
Yeah. I'm so terrified of those. Yeah, I saw The Exorcist in fourth grade. Me and my friends watched it, and I was scarred for life. Yeah, I was like, I'm done.
Why do parents? Well, my parents had no filter, so I always watched like rated R movies, like you said, since I was born. Um, and you're right. When you see a scary movie like Freddy Krueger, for instance, is my biggest nightmare. If I really see the old Freddy Krueger, I still kind of get spooked out. I got to check my house and make sure everything's right.
Yeah, I used to be an intern at New Line Cinema. It was an old studio that made Love and Basketball. I was an intern when they were doing that. To date myself, but sometimes I would intern in the mail room, and it's a studio, so they just get giant like whatever boxes of mail every day from all over the world, and it was really sad because they made the Freddy Krueger movies. That was like how they first got really on the map, and people every day boxes of letters to Freddy Krueger like he's a real
Oh
person.
my goodness.
People would just be like, "Dear Freddie," yada yada yada, and we'd put the best ones on the wall, or I'd read them sometimes, and people were nuts. This one guy just showed up once. I was intern, because as an intern, they just put you in random spots, and they'd be like, "Receptionist is going to lunch," sit in the thing and answer the phone. And this guy walks in, and he's just like, "I just got off a bus from the Midwest. The voices in my head told me to come here and see Freddie." And it's like security, like you're just pressing the. Yeah. That guy
Oh
has
my
quite a
goodness.
fan base. Yeah.
You have some of the coolest jobs ever. Like, how do you get these jobs? Like, how do you even apply?
That was funny. That was when I first moved to LA. Yeah, it was to go to Loyola, and then I was working in Oregon. I would always just pump gas, work at gas stations. There, you don't pump your own gas. You like have a guy do it, whatever, or like a high
The
schooler.
full service.
Yeah, I didn't do that. I didn't do all that. I'm just like I'm putting the thing in, and then I was like a chain smoking 14-year-old, and then I would just stare at you as I smoke. It was like child labor, and then I would put it in like
I'm
Newsies.
telling you.
And that's what I did when I came here. I was like, I just worked at the gas station by Loyola. They gave me a scholarship. And I was like, I couldn't believe it. Yeah, academics. I was poor. Like I made more at the gas station than my parents growing up. Oh, look at that smoking. Yeah. I haven't smoked 10 years. I used to smoke like a chimney. And
I I just started.
well,
California bills, like having bills out here would make you stressed. And so I started smoking because the bills got rough and things got rough. So I needed something to
oh,
keep me
you should
around.
vape. It's cheaper and you can do it. That's what I used to do. I bought a giant vape and would just fill it with a gallon of sauce, and then I got nauseous and quit smoking because I did it so much. But yeah.
No, good, good. I'm planning on it just for financial reasons
So
and health
expensive.
reasons. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's so
When I
expensive.
started, it was $1 a pack. Now I think it's 10.
Listen, it's up to 12 for non-menthol. And so they're not supposed to sell menthol cigarettes in California. And
Oh, that's right.
they want $25 a pack. I'm like, oh no, no, no. But I went to Vegas and I smoked a real Newport versus this one. You could tell the difference a little bit, but not enough to pay $25. Not enough.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
crazy. I used to roll my own sometimes. I like did that.
Yeah, I do that. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. It's
Sometimes
I'm
it's
so
not
sorry
rigorous.
that the whole world is so stressed and poor right now. Yeah, it's like it's terrible out there.
Yeah, it really is. So I'm very thankful, for what I have going on. And I learned to just take the pressures off me, that's for sure. Because at first I wanted to be a full-time comic, but then I saw what the actual business, and I was like, okay, no, let me learn the business side and then come back. Because once you get your confidence up, your price is your price. Now it's either you want me to entertain your audience or you don't. So that's what I kind of build towards. So I will do open mics, and like I said, the wine thing, I would love to try to get experiences and build a resume, build a rapport or something. But I
Yeah.
just can't keep doing 10 open mics for free,
Yeah.
with no strategy. They don't give you no video. You're required to bring your own phone and set up your own little stuff. Uh, and then like I said, it's a total 2 drink minimum thing and all of this. And no,
Do you ever go to Hollywood Comedy Club?
I just found out that it's literally right here on Melrose. So
Go
yes, I want to
there.
go.
Go there. No
Um,
drink minimum. $5. They do them from 11 a.m. to like 10 p.m. And I go there once or twice a week at least.
now they got it from 10 to 12 every day. So I'm definitely gonna do one of those because it's nice and early. Catch the
Yeah.
bus, and when I'm done, I can just catch the bus home because it only be noon. And
Yeah.
I shopped at that pavilions right there. So that's how I found it. I took my car to the mechanic shop a little ways down, and we ended up walking to Rossmore and to
Yeah.
go to the grocery store. And so that's how I saw the comedy store. I mean, the comedy club.
Yeah, I love that because yeah, I grew up in Portland in the 90s. Grunge music was like the thing, and Portland was sort of like Seattle Junior. We were sort of like, we want to be like Seattle, but we're never that cool. But had like some punk rock clubs that were just like that. You could just walk in and just play music for $1 or whatever, and kids could come in and just watch. And it has that vibe where it's just like it's very, I don't those big comedy clubs, I kind of get freaked out because it's so like it's so competitive and everyone's like, ah, trying to get on this and I'm just like, yeah, I don't, it seems so stressful. Whereas,
Like
yeah,
the Chateau. That's what you're talking about. The
yeah, not even
Chateau's too
that, like
big.
the Sunset Boulevard ones, just the ones you see on TV, I think, at least for me, I'm like, that I would just get too panicky. I'd be like, this is too big. But with you gotta be, I think, famous or do stuff with Hollywood Comedy Club. You could just
Be
go in
yourself.
there, yeah, go in, be yourself. And it's three other kids. Sometimes it's sad. It's just like staring into the void at yourself. But I love it. Yeah. I just think it's
Thank you.
not
That's the
for fun.
best practice. That is the best practice ever. Um, like I said, I used to do the chateau, and one night,
Oh
um,
yeah.
it was only maybe like a couple people in the crowd. My mic went off and everything, and I was like, you know what? I'm still gonna do my set, and I did it with like no microphone. And they was like, "Oh my God, you're
Cool.
awesome!" I'm like, "Yeah, we'll ever have something to
That's
say."
awesome. That's a great place. I forgot about that place. When I first started, I think I did my first couple of, I did like the audition and then did the whatever, the little show there.
Yeah, they book you, and then yeah, but then they are very bringers, so they don't book you unless you can bring 3 people, 5 people, or something like that, and they
Yeah.
supposed to pay you. Yeah.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
See the see see the secrets I have learned. I went like really in there, like I just jumped in, like I'm ready, and then I
Yeah.
jumped out. I'm like I'm not ready because I'm like this is too much.
Yeah.
You
I'm
know.
trying to do the internet way because like I just uh, I was trying to figure out like how do you do content all the time or like you were saying shows because like yeah, I don't like that. I get freaked out because I can't bring 5 people or whatever. And then I'm just stressed and I'm like, I don't feel funny or whatever, I just feel like, and I get it because they have to make money and stuff. But I see a lot of the internet. That's why I love TikTok, is it's just like it's so they make it much easier than Instagram to just like add followers and to get people or whatever. And I see now the kids getting numbers on there, and then they'll start to try to, I don't know, get a sponsorship or
No, that's what I wanted. I actually do want marijuana sponsor. So guys, if you listen and you have marijuana,
yeah,
because you want to put the stuff on the camera and kind of like display it and stuff like that. And I'm like, yeah, and that will help me cut one of my expenses. If you could send me free weed and I could jump on podcasts or take it to the comedy club and promote it. I mean, it's even exchange.
yeah. That's cool. Yeah, that's I've been trying to figure out. I don't know how to do. I'll see the button on there. It's like add partnership. I see that on Instagram. And then yeah, it's on my to-do list of things to Google. What does that mean and how to do it?
So what is it? UGC, a content creator where you make videos for people and they actually pay you and send you products and stuff. And if you get really, really good, again, you can name your price. Like, well, if I post it for this long, $50. If I post it for this long, $100, and they really pay
Cool.
because it grows their audience. Like, even though people think, oh, you got a small following, but there still could be 10 people new to that company, 20 people.
Yeah.
Because they like you, they're going to try this company. So because I was one of those people who just thought I needed Instagram followers and I needed this. I don't even want the attention no more. They can keep it because the attention drives me crazy. I don't need to walk around with fake boots on. Like I don't need to walk around with trash bags on to feel like I'm a fashion or, they need me. Not to say anything bad about any brand because I am open. I'm just saying, like, I don't
All
really
the
need all
brands are
that stuff.
listening, I'm sure.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So I don't want to make it seem like I'm a hater or anything because I appreciate everybody's art. I really do.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
just I can't afford everybody's art. So if that makes me a hater, then hey.
Yeah. No, I get
That's
that's
I'm just
that's all. No, that all totally makes sense. I'm looking at your Instagram page right now. I pulled it up. So you can see you have a lot, you have like 750 followers. You got a lot. You have to get a TikTok page. You
but I
will,
want the content to be good. Now when I go to
yeah,
TikTok, I know what I'm going for. So that's when I'm interested in taking my headshots and
yeah.
I'm more visuals of myself. Like I said, because when I do open mics, I pretty much just wear whatever.
I
My
wore
hair is
this to
normally
my
braided.
show. I slept in this shirt and then just got up. It's so cold on hardwood floor. It's so cold all the time. I probably smell amazing.
I do good to go. My hair is normally braided, or I have like this grandma ponytail, and I was wearing like these sweaters, like you said, because it was cold. But I noticed that I looked at like, a struggling grandma. So I'm like, I better turn it up a notch,
I
or
have
struggling
such,
auntie.
yeah, no, you have style. I have no style. I'm just like old lumberjack. I just wear flannels. That's all I got. Or sweatshirts. I have like Adam Sandler style of
Oh, I
dress.
love him. I love Adam Sandler. Yeah, he's really cool. I think I pretty much watched his whole collection, so I do like Adam Sandler.
Oh, he's awesome. I remember as a kid, yeah, seeing him on SNL, and me and my friend would listen to his CD or whatever. He had some comedy CD.
Do you have one?
Do what?
Do you have a comedy CD?
No, no, I don't know. No, I just would listen to Sandler's. He had one, and he made a couple in like the '90s. I'm not good
Oh,
enough. I've been uploading stuff to YouTube. Yeah, I'll go to the Hollywood Comedy Club and I'll tell some dad jokes. I saw a guy, yeah, those I started following a couple of guys on Instagram because I was like, how do I get followers? What do I do? Whatever. And I saw a couple of guys, they would just tell terrible dad jokes. So bad. They're like, why did the chicken cross the road? Whatever. And they have 50,000 followers and they'd have sponsorships. And I was like, that's crazy. That's crazy. Why? I don't understand. It's so not good. But it was because I think it was consistent. Every day they post one dad joke, and every day they pick up, one follower. And so that's I just started doing. I got the cheapest, it's so janky off Amazon, $4 my tripod. So I have to
oh,
balance
see,
it between the chairs. I just do
you
a
did
dad joke, put it on, and I just do every day, and it does work. Yeah.
see. Okay, you have to learn your niche. You have to learn your speed and your pace. Like I didn't want to be a slave for Hollywood. So I think
Yeah.
when you find your own path, you own it. It just
Yeah.
takes a little longer, it takes a lot more money, but it's worth it. It's the end result.
That's what I feel so I love comedy. I guess I'm having so much fun because for me, so I don't always have fun. I was so frustrated the past, I guess, couple months because I felt like it was hard to find shows because I'm also not great. It's like chicken before the egg on a resume is like have experience, but you can't get the experience with it. Because sometimes the open mics were so sad and I'd feel the same way. I'd be poor and I'd get there and I just was like, I'm not getting whatever. I forgot the point was, but I don't know. Oh, I love the comedy club is yeah, I would just get there and I'll just come do dad jokes, whatever, and post that. I think now if I could just do one show a month, that's sort of my goal. I'm like,
No, that's really what I said. Like I said, one show a month, just one show. Don't like I said, don't do a lot. And then, like I said, just post clips of each one every so often. Yeah, because another thing is people, you hate to say this, they really do steal your work. They really do. Like, even though you think your dad joke sucks to you, somebody else will take your same dad joke and go run it all over the country. It won't
yeah,
give you no credit or anything. So yeah,
yeah.
own
That's
it.
true. That's true. Yeah. Although I do have to say, I steal most of my dad jokes from Bazooka Bubblegum. I live near a Smart and Final, and it has the old Bazooka gum I love from the '80s. It's so hard. It's like, oh, why did I buy this? But it always has a little comic book, like a little comic strip inside. And then it always has a terrible joke at the bottom. It's always like, my act. Here it is. It's right here. Why did the
Laffy
dinosaur cross
Taffy
the
does
road?
that too.
I love Laffy Taffy. Although I came up with my own yesterday while I was working, I was very proud of this. How do cows order their food?
Move, and I don't know.
Moober eats. Yeah, yeah.
Move.
Ooh, I love cows.
I love cats. So believe it or not, I got
Oh,
sucked into the YouTube cat universe. Yeah.
yeah. Do you have a cat?
No, no, no,
You
no.
want a
But I've been
cat? I
around.
got one here somewhere.
No.
That's awesome. I leave YouTube on for him at night. He just is always like running around. And so I'll just type in like birds on YouTube and just leave my laptop on and he'll sit there.
And it's crazy how it goes all night long. Like it really does. You can wake up and it's still on the same stuff, and new videos are constantly popping up. Yeah. And
Uh,
but I learned with Spotify, you're supposed to cut your stuff on and hit play for 24 hours. And yeah, they say you break in like 1,200 a month doing it.
Nice. I didn't know
Yeah.
that. I have
So
terrible.
yes, put our show. Put our show on repeat, and I'm gonna put it on repeat.
I have terrible music on Spotify, old person music. I have 4 followers on there, and I make like $20. I try to write, if you make music without words, you can get a lot of it on hold music. And
Mm.
so I wrote one song and it got played 7 million times on hold music. So I was like, that's weird because I probably hated, like if anyone heard me play it, they'd be like, I owe my credit card money. They would like, yeah. But
Yeah, you
yeah,
never know. I'm telling you, you never know. I'm telling you, you should just put it out there. And
I do.
yeah,
It's on Spotify. I put it on there. I do this thing, DistroKid, and they'll load it to the sites. Yeah, I get like a penny a thing or whatever.
that's something. That is something. Yeah, you just gotta keep growing. Like, I haven't seen anything, and I didn't try it all from like I was gonna do a show on Station Head. You heard of them?
No.
Okay, so it's this app called Station Head Radio. And
Yeah.
I started, I had got up to 130 followers, but nothing, nothing at all.
Oh,
YouTube, nothing.
yeah. Money is tough. Yeah, I've never made any. I don't expect to make any money, but I'm different than you. 'Cause you're like a young person on the way up. I'm just like a 97-year-old dude, just getting ready to go to the old folks home. But
But
I
no, if
don't
I made
know.
a penny, that I want to make anything. I mean, I just think if you can make anything off your talent, I think that
Yeah.
should be like a spark, like
Yeah, no,
something.
yeah, you're right. I'm just trying to think for you of how you make money. That's why I stopped managing screenwriters because now nobody buys scripts anymore. Everyone just watches the internet. But I think I always wonder, yeah, like how do people make money? I wonder what they see is like because sitcoms, I think in the old days was like, oh, I'll get a special and a sitcom and a this. But now it's just, I think it's like you were saying, branding yourself and people become famous on the internet. And then it's like I saw on the news, they had I thought it was so fascinating. They had a little clip of Billie Eilish, who's like a young singer
Oh
kid.
yeah,
And she's at like some music award show. And she was, my email so loud. She was angry. She was because TikTok kids were there, like famous TikTok celebrities, and she felt they were like stealing her thunder. And I was like, that's fascinating. It seems like a changing of the guard that celebrity is moving towards internet people from where it used to be, TV, film, music.
yes, and that is true. But I mean, it's an evolution. It must grow, and so it needs new ways because they were gatekeeping. That's the new word that they have. So we think they
Yeah.
gatekeeping now, but back in the day, oh God, you know what I'm saying? It was crucial. And like I said, big city comedies like Detroit really is rough. A girl I grew up with literally just got into it with Mike Epps. So he went to Detroit to do a
Mm.
show last week, and the girl I know from high school was one of those, hecklers, and they really got into it. And I'm sitting there like, oh my God, why do I have to know her? Oh my God, why Mike Epps?
Yeah, that's crazy.
But that's tough, to be a comic
Yeah.
and try to control that situation because people act like you're not a comic, like Will Smith. Like, how could you slap Chris Rock? He's a comic and he has to come up with something. And your wife do look like G.I. Jane. Like, what's the
Yeah.
big deal?
I was the only one that I thought it was awesome that he slapped him. I thought it was great. But I'm like, I don't know. I'm like Homer Simpson. I'm the lowest common denominator of people, but I'm just like, I thought it was great. It was the only time I wanted to watch the Oscars. But it's bad. I get to, you gotta have. But he also, I didn't get with Chris Rock, he made that movie about women's hair. He made like a documentary and about, I don't know. And then yeah. I
That's
felt
the thing. Like,
bad though. If Chris Rock though, if he would have been like the Karate Kid, he should have like lifted up like the swan kick, just like waited there. I would have
but
ran if I was Muhammad Ali coming from me. Yeah. He was good in that movie. He knows how to box.
oh, that's funny. I just think that it wasn't that serious. A comic is a comic, and You know
Yeah,
he's just doing his job. I don't think that he meant
yeah,
anything personal by it. It's something different if he was personal, but as a comic, people just gonna state the obvious. I don't, it's there. And I'm sure the whole world was saying the same thing before he said it, so he monopolized off of it. I don't really see,
yeah.
you know,
I think it
the big.
showed also rich to young. I think all of society got really messed up by COVID, the pandemic, you know. We sort
Of
of
course
just
we did.
pretended like everything's normal, but it was kind of like he was kind of acting like he had like PTSD, you know. He was just very, he was like,
I believe he did. After they
yeah.
red table talk show, I believe he did.
Oh, I think we all did. We all just lived through like watching like dead bodies going to the freezer trucks. And then the next day it's like, go to work, go back all over. Everything's back to normal. It's like,
But
what?
I actually witnessed a couple of homeless people die during COVID.
Oh,
I actually have.
oh,
I've seen the ambulance pick them up, whether I've seen one land in front of the car wash, and you know when someone's dead. Like
yeah,
you know, like I don't think that man is alive. And
yeah,
you know, and that's why I hate to see homeless people in the rain. That really hurts me because I'm like, oh, it's so cold and wet.
yeah. I always want to run for president and just end homelessness because it would be so cheap in America. They say it would cost only 20 billion a year. People are like, oh, 20 billion. But it's like the federal budget every year is, and I think it should be more, but it's 1.7 trillion. That's so much money. $1 trillion is so much. And we just spend it. And then we bring in, our GDP is like 27 trillion. I don't know. It's like the 20 billion is less than 1/10 of 1% of our overall
Exactly.
budget. I think the government just sort of, because you saw that in COVID, I'll sound like a conspiracy theorist. Yeah, we need some more conspiracies in the show. Then I have 4 minutes left before it's going to kick us off here. But uh, I think you saw during COVID, people were like, I don't want to go to work. I don't want to get this crazy disease and die. And they were like, you have to, whatever, no option, and that was sort of starting to break what we know as modern society. I'm totally losing my point here because it's flashing this timer. Um, yeah, and I think you're seeing that with like work from home and people not wanting to go back to the office. And I don't know, I'm just babbling, but
No, but that's true. No, I'm serious. Like I was happy to go back to work. Actually, like if I'm a caregiver, so I never really
yeah,
stopped.
okay.
I was forced to get the vaccine, so I did get one and two. Um, do I think it affected my health? Absolutely. Do I want to
Oh,
sue them? Absolutely.
oh wow,
Yeah,
that's
because
crazy.
I've got these bumps, like these. They almost look like chicken pox. So I don't know if
Hmm.
I was having like an allergic reaction or anything.
Yeah, that could be an anaphylactic shock.
Yeah, but the thing about it, before we get our pavilion, I went there and got the shot. I was kind of, woo-hoo. And I went in there and I was like, okay, just do it because I got to do it for my job. And I don't know, I was paying attention and I'm like, hey, that's not the vaccine. I said, that's a chicken pox. And do you know the pharmacist is about to give me the chicken pox shot? So that's why I kind of want to think like they didn't have any that day and they
Oh,
just gave me like whatever. Because I swear I thought I had the chicken pox. I'm like, this feels like the chicken pox. Like I was itchy, scratchy, the little bumps and stuff. It was just weird. But then did some research and that was one of the COVID things. Some people were getting blisters and stuff like that. So I still don't know what caused what.
oh, yeah, I think that's anaphylactic shock because I had like pneumonia once in college and they gave me like some antibiotics and that happened to me and I was like, maybe I'm not taking enough. So I took a whole bunch, but I almost died. And they were just like, that's how I remember anaphylactic shock. That's how I know that word. Because they kept being like, you have anaphylactic shock. Why did you keep taking more? And I was like, I thought it wasn't working. I thought they're like, that's because it's just, I'm so smart.
That's a great way to end. I love
Yeah.
that. See, that's the stuff that
Um,
you should express. That's a good. I love that. Like nobody knows.
Yeah, on that note, I would be a terrible doctor. Well,
I don't.
yeah. This was super awesome. Thank you so much for doing this show. I look forward to this so much. I love your energy at Mike's. It's so great. And you're always so nice to me. Yeah, when I started doing them, I was so nervous. I would almost always pass out. I was just like, this is terrifying. And you were always so nice and supportive. So thank you.
Oh no, thank you. Okay, like I said, this is my first podcast, so like this means
Yeah.
something. I'm gonna plaster it everywhere. Don't be surprised if you see yourself on a billboard.
Deal done. I'll get my hair ready. I'll be like, be awesome. I hope you see a UFO. Yeah, and I hope I get to see one too.
You got to go to Nevada. We got to head that way. We got a better
I
chance.
you mentioned Area 51, the raid on Area 51. Yeah, I was so disappointed. I've been there. I went there in college. Me and my roommate went camping, and it was awesome. We didn't see anything, but it's like Field of Dreams for crazy people. There was a lot of crazy people there. We went right when the X-Files, yeah, because I'm old. We went like the late 90s, like 98, 99. So it was before like terrorism, so stuff was a little more loosey goosey. Like yeah, they were friendly. Now I think, yeah, they would just freak out. I think someday it'll be a museum now that the government is, because for so long it was like, does this exist or doesn't it? And now that they're sort of trickling stuff out, I hope someday it'll just be like the Cold War stuff. They'll just open it up and you can pay $10 and walk through it.
Sure, when we on Mars, I think they'll transfer some to space when we go.
Yeah.
You see it being like up close, like yeah, yeah, we moving towards the, you
Mars
know,
is the next spot. Although I said it before in the last week's show. I wish there was like one tree there or one waterfall. It's such a sad spot. Like if that's humanity's best shot, um, just like a giant. It looks like on Star Wars, Tatooine, where Darth Vader comes from. It's just like,
and we supposed to rebuild it again. Like us as humans supposed to go out there and do all the hard labor, and you know what I'm
yeah,
saying? Like, I don't want to take Earth problems to Mars. Like, don't go with that same social society. You have to change it. I'm not gonna go rebuild another Earth. I mean, come on.
yeah. Looks like Reno. Like I wouldn't move there. It just looks hot and terrible. I wish we lived next to Avatar. I'd be like, that'd be great.
No, it would. The water, the trees, the beauty. Yeah, yeah. It's
Yeah.
very beautiful.
Well, JDannii, thank you so much. This was amazing. Go get me on a billboard
Okay, I'm on the run.
then we'll go celebrate at Area 51.
Yeah, but don't forget to send me the link to that wine thing because that seems so awesome. That was things like
Oh yeah, yeah. I'll be like right there, link to the list. Wine bars are the new comedy club. It's great. They're the best.
I love the introduction. That's something you should say because that's actually awesome. I can't wait to try it.
Do you know outside Brennan? He has outsidejokes.com. If you follow them on Instagram, I'll send you that as well. That was the one where the first wine bar thing I did. Yeah, it was
Oh, okay.
it's kind of is in Lawndale, I think it's called, by Manhattan Beach. Yeah, it was awesome.
No, I love it. I'm glad you found your crowd. Hopefully, I can come see you, check you out, and drink
We'll do a
wine.
show together. Yeah, that's awesome.
See how you planning? See, this is a great start. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I love it.
I don't drink, so it's great. Yeah, I just drink soda there. So.
That's enough water.
Yeah, exactly. I only drink wine at church.
No, I still have one in my car. They gave us communion and I took it because they never took it in the church. So I looked, I said, oh my God. And I said, I don't think I'm supposed to take it alone. So it's sitting in my in the middle console.
That's awesome. I loved this wine that they had at my church as a kid slash school. Yeah, St. Anthony's. It was so good. I've never tasted wine like that again. I don't know what it was. Maybe it was really Jesus. It was delicious. I would just be like, ah. It was like, I could see him. They'd see me coming. They'd be like, oh God, it's that kid. The guzzler, the alcoholic 8-year-old.
Right, the alcoholic Catholic kid.
I'd be shaking in the morning. Be like, when's church start? We gotta go to church. Take
See,
the edge
that's the
off.
skit. But do you understand? Like, that's the skit. Like, how many Catholic kids wouldn't laugh at that?
It's true.
See
They
what I'm saying?
hated
Stuff
me.
like
Yeah. I was born on
no,
Christmas, so I was considered the Antichrist. Yeah, they were just like,
that is some awesome material. I really hope that you're taking this stuff in because that's awesome. Like, who knew? Like, that is so funny. Now that's funny. I
I
hope the
need more
Antichrist.
Christmas jokes. I need more. That's awesome. Well, JDannii, thank you so, so much. I'll just keep talking. You're off to the end of time, and I'm gonna go deliver Uber Eats, the dinner rush. It's gonna be amazing.
It sure is. I know I got my Chick-fil-A earlier, so I do support you guys. Woo!
Yeah, I deliver for Chick-fil-A all the time. Yeah, they're great.
Pretty popular. Yeah,
They
see.
are. Their customers are good tippers.
See, and I did tip. See, and I was going. See, I like to tip in cash just so we can go. But I learned that they like when you tip in cash first on the app. So I was giving the money, and they like that a lot. I'm like, oh
It's funny you
wow.
say that. My last customer today, he tipped me cash, and I rarely get that. And I just raced to McDonald's before we had our thing. I was just like, this is amazing.
See, now you can get a Coke, right? And you got Starbucks. So
Oh, it
thumbs
was the best
up.
thing. It was the best thing ever. And always for anyone listening, public service announcement, walk downstairs and meet your Uber driver.
I do
Everybody's the
that.
worst.
I
Good or
do
sick.
that. No, actually, because I ordered KFC a little while ago, and the guy he scared me because I always walk down, and when I went to open the door, he was right there with the bag. I'm like, oh, so I had to really give him a tip, like, oh wow, you're awesome, you are. But
It's
I'm just
the,
taking
yeah,
double here.
just wandering through these giant buildings. They're texting like, "Where are you? Leave it in front of my door." It's just the worst. It's sort of like, "Arr." That's why I went to college. That's why I went to Loyola Marymount. Look at me now. Look at me now. You can see my Super Mario stickers right there.
I love Super Mario. I really do.
The
Yeah.
greatest game of all time. I got these on Amazon. They're so cool. It's like for the world. I'm a 12-year
Okay, so
old.
promote Amazon, right? Amazon,
Yeah, Jeff
Amazon.
Bezos needs more money. Poor guy, hardly getting by. Well, this was the best show ever. Thank you so much. Tell everyone you know. We can share our billboard together. It'd be awesome. And yeah, that is great. I will send you all those wine show stuff. Yeah, we'll go do a wine bar show.
Okay, okay. And do I get a clip of this too?
Oh yeah, I'll send it to you. I'll put in the
The
theme
editing.
music and the Michael
Oh,
Bay
dang.
special effects, and it'll look like a
Okay.
Star Wars movie. It'll be amazing. See the top of my head, like a digitized in hair for me. It'll be awesome. The hair filter. It'll be awesome. Well, that's awesome. Yes, I will totally send you a copy. Give me a day or two. I'll either edit it tonight or tomorrow.
Yeah, take your time. Okay, thank you so much. This was so great. Thank you. Shout out to the
Yeah.
Collins Show.
Yay, UFOs. That's awesome. Thank you, JDannii. Have the best day ever. Go buy
You
a
too.
cat.
Okay. Tip them on the Uber Eats.
Yeah.
Okay, you
Later.
guys have a good night.
Bye bye.